Hello, Shelby. My name is Anthony. I'm interested in this job in particular. I've had past experience with food. I work in the food industry right now, mainly selling it, not cooking it at all. So this will definitely be a step up for me, change, and hopefully something that I see myself doing for a very, very long time. First off, I'd like to thank you for letting me interview.
Oh, you're very welcome.
I know it's tough. I'm sure a lot of people get lots of questions all the time for this,
Oh, definitely.
and hopefully I can kind of separate myself. Just to start off, how did you first get into this field?
My family has worked in the industry, food industry, for many years, almost 50 years, actually, and it's just growing up, seeing family do this. I'm always very interested in it.
You know, you say you're kind of like filling I don't know, family shoes, I guess, kind of.
Yeah, I could say so. Everyone in my family is doing it, so I started at a young age, and I have lots of experience. So definitely runs in my blood, I guess.
That's in your blood. How long have you been working?
But 5 years.
Five years.
5 years, almost 6.
What'd you think after the first year? Did you see yourself going for 4 more, or you kind of?
Yes, when I was younger, I started when I was pretty young, and I loved it. It obviously didn't work. It was kind of like a part-time thing when I was young. They just to slowly get into it because it's hard work. But I loved it. I just liked it. I loved traveling. I liked the work, definitely.
What are your primary responsibilities for this?
For me personally, I'm mostly kind of deal with the customers. I handle money. I serve the food. A lot of money exchange. And then I can help with the food preparation if I need to. Depends what we're making. Or I help with just drinks. A lot of cleanup, tear down, setup. It's just all like the preparation for it and stuff. But during the actual time, I'm mostly dealing with customers and serving food.
Would you say you deal with a lot of customers? How's the customer interaction?
It's very quick most of the time. How many customers we deal with depends, because at smaller places, at smaller venues, we will deal with just a couple hundred people a day, and it's very quick. And in other places, we'll deal with thousands or tens of thousands of people in one day. So it's very quick, very just get their money, get the food, and next person in line.
So do you need really kind of a lot of experience with customers, or do you kind of not need as much for this type of job?
People skills are very necessary for this kind of job. If you give off just a bad vibe, and if they don't like it when they're passing by your stand, if they don't like the way it looks, they don't like the way you look, they're obviously not going to step by. But if you have just a positive attitude and you look welcoming, people will come up and see what you have to offer. So people skills are very necessary for this job, just interacting with them. If you're rude, they're not going to come back.
Especially, since there's obviously competition.
Oh, lots of competition.
So, this kind of ties into the next question. Would you say, what are the keys to success for this type of job?
Definitely having a reliable staff. There's anywhere between 4 and 10 people working in the same stand at one time. So everyone has to be working together because it's very fast-paced. So if the people working in the front serving the customers cannot take their orders or not calling them out fast enough, the people in the back, they're not going to make the food fast enough, the customers are going to be waiting. If the food preparers don't work fast enough, then we're going to have lines, just very long lines. People are going to be waiting for too long, so definitely you have to all be working together.
So, kind of team unity?
Oh, yes. You have to be like gears of a watch. You have to be working well together.
And so your co-workers, you're pretty much always interacting with them for the whole day?
For the whole day, yes.
So it's never in an office, never isolated.
No, we're in close quarters. 'Cause it's just under one tent or in one stand. So I mean, we're like brushing against each other, bumping into each other. You have to, if I call out the order and I have to go and get the food from them, bring it to the window. So lots of interacting going on between the other staff.
All right. So what would a typical day be like?
Well, there's really nothing typical about any day. It depends where we are. There's lots of variety. So, I mean, it depends where we are. If we're at a smaller fair, they won't deal with that many different people. It'll be slow paced. If we're at a bigger place, it's just very, very fast paced, just dealing with all sorts of different people. So we serve different foods at different places and different stands and companies that we have. The only thing that really similarity, but it's hard work regardless of where we are, what we're selling. And I mean, you have to set up and then tear down, a lot of cleaning involved, but really there is no typical day.
So there's no like kind of 9 to 5 feel. There's no daily grind.
No, but I mean it's going to be hard no matter what your hours are. But the hours vary from 7 hours a day to 15 or more hours a day. So definitely not a 9 to 5 kind of job.
That's pretty good. What do you like best about this job?
I like the traveling aspect of the job. I get to go everywhere, see all these different people. Nothing's ever the same, and I love variety. And this is definitely a job for someone who likes seeing new things every day. I mean, even though we go to the same places, a lot of the same places every year, it's still different every time we go. So love the variety.
So you'll never get used to it, almost, you'd say?
Definitely not. You can't on this kind of job because it's constantly changing.
What do you like the least about this job, you'd say?
Probably the hours, just long hours, and I mean, especially during the summer, I mean, 95 plus degree heat, you're just standing, I mean, you're either outside or in a very small stand, so it gets really hot in there with the fryers going right beside you. It gets really hot. It's hard work, so I'd say the hours are the main thing.
Hours?
Yes, definitely.
So, like you said, the hours are kind of hard. How's the job on flexibility with the hours, or with vacation, or even just dress code or anything? How's the job?
The job's pretty flexible. I mean, the hours, if you're signed up to work a certain fair, you're expected to be there from the beginning to the end for all those hours. You can't just disappear for a couple hours. Like we don't have extra staff, like we need everybody there. But the dress codes, I mean, it depends also. If we're at a state fair, it has to be all the same things, same shirt, apron, hair back, closed-toed shoes, hat. We all have to be dressed alike because it's official. It's very official. But other music festivals are much more laid back, so we can wear whatever's comfortable, really. But I mean, for that, like again, for the hours, vacation hours, it's we can work for 2 months at a time, just travel from place to place. Not gonna be able to go home for 2 months, and when we get back, we might just be not working anywhere for a month or two.
So you'd overall say it's pretty flexible?
Oh yes, very.
That's nice. Who's a typical head in charge, the boss? Is he behind an office, kind of isolated, or is he on the job, hands-on, one-on-one with employees?
I actually work with 3 different companies. So in one of the companies, there's 2 people in charge, and they're both on site working with us, like they're part of the staff. So they're there. If there's a problem, we can always turn to them right away, and we can deal with it right then and there. When this other company I work, the boss he's not with us. He's just wherever. He's at his house, but he oversees the financial, what we spend, what we take in, any repairs we have to make. He's the bookkeeper, the overseer. So if we have problems, we have to call him or deal with it ourselves.
Well, that's good. How do you keep up with changes in this industry?
It's always changing for sure. For instance, we have to have a certain amount of insurance to set up our stand, our tent at all the places we go to, and the amount of insurance that is necessary increases every year. So in order to balance out that increase of insurance costs, we have to raise our food prices, but we can't raise them too much. Our customers won't pay the prices, and we won't get any business. So you have to find that. It's a very delicate balance.
Delicate. do people find out about openings in this field, in this particular?
It's really a word of mouth kind of thing. If I know someone that's interested, like yourself, I'll just kind of tell you about the job, the perks, what you have to do, find people with experience, and then I'll talk to one of my bosses and tell like, this person I feel like they'd be a very, very good addition to our team. Or at some of the bigger state fairs, people will come by a couple days before the fair starts while we're setting up, and they'll ask if we have an opening, and if we do, we'll interview them, get a sense of feel, if they have experience, the necessary skills, if they're reliable, and if they do, we'll hire them on the spot.
Alright, well, this has been very eye-opening. Lots of information. Is there anybody else I should talk to? Higher up? Should I get my foot in the door?
I would definitely talk to one of my bosses. I can give you each of their numbers. They can do an interview over the phone, or if they're in town, they can do one in person, and they can just really get a sense of your skill level and reliability.
Alright. Sure. Can I use you as a reference?
Oh,
perhaps?
for sure.
Alright, well, once again, I'd like to thank you for your time, and I hope to pursue my career very soon.
Oh, you're very welcome. Hope to see you on the job.
Thank you.